So real quick, I wanted to do this video about doing flame work. I'm working with an Iwata gravity feed, custom Micron, and some stencils. So first and foremost, I want to show you guys, I do have the stencil in my hand, but as we begin, you don't want to use the stencil. If you're doing flames, you don't want to start off using a stencil because you're not going to get any type of flow in your artwork. You're not going to get any type of flow as far as your flames are concerned. So as you can see, I start off basically without any stencil, laying down the first color. I'm working with an opaque yellow, and now I'm coming back in with a stencil. And as you can see, I'm trying to somewhat match up what I already did freehand. I'm not being exact. And another thing you'll notice is that the stencil is only an aid. I'm not sitting there continuously just plopping the stencil down and using it over and over again. A lot of it is freehand. So I'm gonna let this thing go for a little bit. You create a lot of depth by using the stencil, fading it out, and then going back to freehand. As you can see, once again, I'm trying to find whatever matches best with what I did, not an exact match. And I'm using the template just as a means to create texture for what I already did. I don't know if you can notice, but I don't have the end cap on the airbrush. Whenever I'm trying to get close, whenever I'm trying to do detail work or fine lines, I'll take the end cap off of the airbrush. The end cap is designed to widen the flow of air, and of course your paint is getting pushed out by the air going through the airbrush. So it makes no sense to have that cap on there if it's designed to widen the airflow, because you're going to get a wide stream of air. So I remove that end cap and just go to town. And actually it's just an Iwata custom. I forgot I didn't use the Micron on this one. My bad. The paints I'm using in this video are Jacquard brand paints. This is the opaque yellow, and what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna transfer it over to, I believe I come over with the transparent green, but we'll get to that when it comes. So I'm gonna let this video roll for a little bit, so you guys can see more of the technique and stop listening to me yap so much. Once again, please notice the stencil is an aid to help create some of those textures, some of those light fade outs, some of those high parts of the flame. But for the most part, we're not just sitting there just doing it over and over and over again. A lot of work is being done freehand, so on and so forth. Oh, and yeah, for those of you that don't know, the sole on this shoe is taped off already. And I'm actually changing some of the color of the parts on the tongue, and that's why that's not taped off. So just an FYI, if you guys are wondering if I prep the shoe at all. Yeah, we go through the regular prep procedures, and then we start painting. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get this question, so I might as well answer it now. The stencil that I'm using, you can make your own. As long as you cut really, really smooth circle patterns or really smooth curves. You might even need to get some sandpaper or a razor blade. You can make the stencil, but the one I'm using is the flame stencil from Mike LaValle. So you can find them anywhere. Just Google flame stencil and you can order them online. It's not anything special. What I'm doing right there is just adding some wisps to the flame. I'm doing that freehand, and it just kind of gives, again, more flow to the flames. It gives a little bit more pop to the design that you're doing. Come back in with the stencil a little bit, create some more depth, some more angles here and there. And of course we have an awkward pause because I don't edit these things that well, and that'll tend to happen. And then I touch the shoe just to make it look like I'm doing something. Okay, here we go. So here's the transparent green. Now, the reason we didn't just do the flames in green in the first place, using the transparency to create layers will give this thing a really, really dope effect once we clear coat it. It's just, you can take the shortcut and just do it in green, but you're not gonna get that eerie, that depth, and that it's not gonna get the same effect. Take the time to do the steps, and you're gonna find that you're gonna get a better product at the end. So the darkest part of these flames, these Paranorman flames, are green, but we started off with a yellow, and as you can see, some of the texture that it leaves, it's really nice, man. You still get some of that glow, some of that yellow in between there. Of course, it's important, you want to dry your layers. You don't want it, you don't want to work wet on wet. You're going to get blowouts, you're going to get stuff like that. So you want to really work on a dry surface. And you want to seal down every layer that you do so that then you can come back on top of it and work well and not create pockets of moisture that'll then make your paint pop later on or peel. Back to the stencil. Now, the normal rule of thumb is you want to start off loose to tight, dark to light. What that means is, as you saw originally, we did it real loose, no stencil, no nothing, went real freehand, real loose and down the shoe. And also, it was our darkest color that we were gonna coat it with afterwards. So loose to tight means, as you can see now, I'm working a little bit tighter. I'm using the stencil a little bit more. I want to follow the general flow of the flames that I already have, but as you can see, I'm not tracing over what I've already done. I'm working in and out of what I've already done. I'm back with the opaque yellow, and I'm tightening it up. So again, dark to light, loose to tight. So now I'm tightening it up. I'm bringing the stencil out a little bit more. I'm working closer, I'm working slower. So you're gonna see it's a little bit slower. I got more little streams, more little of those flare things going on, because again, I'm tightening it up. This is one of the best features that I love about Jacquard paint, and is if you're an artist, not so much. I'll be honest, you know what I mean. I'm not going to ill represent a company just because they sponsor me. If you're an artist doing any type of artwork, but on sneakers especially, and you're working with an airbrush, this stuff is ridiculous. It's ready to shoot right out of the bottle. You don't need to strain it. You don't need to sift it. And it flows so nice. Now, you have to have more control than if you use other brands. Other brands tend to be heavier, so you got to dilute them. This stuff, you don't have to dilute it. You pour it right out of the bottle into your airbrush and you're ready to rock and roll. Now, that being said, it is a little bit, it's wetter. So you gotta have a little bit more control or you're gonna get a lot of blowouts. But it's, at least for an advanced or semi-advanced or intermediate artist that you've got your control down, yeah, you're gonna rip it with these paints. And like I said, they're ready to rock and roll, especially if you're using a gravity feed. If you only got one, you know, God bless it, I can work with a few of them. So I'll put my yellow in one, I'll put my transparent green in the other, then I'll put my transparent yellow in the other, and then, you know, I'll put my white mixed with yellow in the other. So I'm really not too worried about. But if you're an artist and you got one and you're trying to conserve your time, yo, you're rocking and rolling. You know, you spray, you know, dump whatever's in there out, spray your cleaner in there, flush it, boom, next color, and you're rocking and rolling. Versus having to, you know, go ahead and sift 3 different colors or whatever, blah blah blah. So as you can see, I'm done with that part. And after this, I should be coming in with a transparent yellow. And what that's gonna do, let me see. Yeah, there it is. I think that's that transparent yellow right there. What that does is it gives this funky aura to the. We already work with an opaque yellow. That transparent yellow on top gives this like funky glow to what we just did. And at the end of the day, you can go, I think in this video I go like 2 layers in. So I go yellow with the green and the yellow with the transparent yellow. But you can go as hard as you want, for real. You can go, you know, light green with the dark green. Then you can go to yellow with the transparent green. And then you can go to yellow with the transparent yellow. And then you can go white with the transparent yellow. And then you can go yellow mixed with white. So there it is, right there. That's that transparent yellow. All right, look at how it starts to really glow when you shoot that on top. And because it's transparent, it's not gonna lighten up any other part. So it's not gonna affect the black, it's not gonna affect the green. But any parts that are lighter than the yellow or kind of the same color, it'll give this aura. And as you can see there, man, it really, it pops. And that's the advantages of using the transparents, is that it really gives you a nice product. I think I'm coming back in there now with a little bit of that transparent green, just to knock it down a little bit and give it that more of that Paranorman look. But again, that's the benefits of working with those transparent tones from Jacquard, man. You can manipulate it and you could really, really create some funky effects with it.